Alrighty. Hi, everybody. We are live, and tonight's movie is Maleficent. Do not, that is Charlie's Pizza. This is what I get for going to my living room. Gatsby, lay down and go to sleep. Yes. Welcome in. Tonight we are watching Maleficent, or discussing Maleficent. And as everybody has discovered, Maleficent, the first one, was not on Disney Plus. I went. Thank you for the comment, William. The unknown shout out was the unknown cook. Welcome in, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
But yes, I went to watch the movie and take my notes, and it's Disney, right? I went straight to my Disney Plus app.
Mm-hmm.
Could not find it, but I found Maleficent 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not understand that. And I wanted to discuss what you guys think happened.
Well, when I looked on our Disney Plus, obviously I've got the UK version, so it might be different. But I typed in Maleficent. It recommended number 2, Mistress of Evil. But actually, I did see below that the first one. So
I actually scrolled for it because the first one that popped up for me was Maleficent 2 as well. And
Yes.
I think you have to scroll down a little bit. It was a little bit hidden. I was a bit confused as well. I was like, why is it bringing up the second one as my first result? But it was there.
It was a surprise. And I even went back because we have Roku TVs. So in Roku TVs on the home screen, you can search for a movie and it will tell you every platform where you can watch that movie. And if it's a Disney Plus movie, it will say you can watch it on Disney Plus and create a subscription, and it didn't come up for Disney Plus. So I was really annoyed.
I was too. Hi, Kat. Hi, Nick. Hi, Lisa.
Hi,
Welcome
Nick.
in, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Claire. So
yes.
Jessi, I looked it up on the internet browser to see why Maleficent was taken off, and it says that they have to rotate movies or something like that, and that's why they took it off, but I don't know if that's true. And thank you, Kat.
I feel like it's Disney's platform and they can do what they want with their own movies, like maybe movies that they license, but I feel like Disney Plus can do what they want to do with their own movies, and Maleficent is definitely a Disney movie. So
Right. So I was like, well, okay, I know exactly where I can watch this because I own it. So I just went over to Vudu and logged in there and watched it.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Tiffany. Yes, that is exactly it, Sandy. We didn't get it either.
Was the first one ever on Disney Plus? Because it's funny because I felt like the first one used to be on Disney Plus, but I don't know because I never watched it on Disney Plus. I always watched it on my DVD.
Right.
I think it was on there
I want to say at one point that I did have it in my watch list. And now it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed.
This is the prime reason. People keep asking me why I still subscribe to Disney Movie Club and why I still buy DVDs. And this is it. You don't know when Disney's going to pull a movie. You don't know why they're going to pull a movie. There are other platforms you can watch it on, but so for me, every platform that had it was rentable for $3.99, and I'm like, I'm not paying, to rent a movie, because I can't commit to watching it. Because the second I rent a movie and I have 24 hours to watch it is when something comes up and I can't finish it, and I'm not going to get to it in 24 hours.
Right.
But with DVD, I can watch it anytime I want to.
Right, we still get the DVDs. That's kind of household we are too, and everybody in my family, and my friend Lauren and her husband, they share my Vudu, and we all kind of group commit to the Vudu, and we all put our movies there.
Yeah.
So do I.
So, and yes, Rachel does too.
I just have
So
old-fashioned DVDs and Blu-ray. I have hard copies and Disney Plus.
yes, I prefer having hard copies of stuff.
Yeah,
Like
I like just to know that I've got it, physically.
Right, I have
Sunday
movies that I haven't even watched the hard copy of because it goes straight on digital.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
So
one day I want
because when you get Disney Plus movies, you get the code, and then we have it all in like that movies app, whatever the movies app is. And once you upload it to that app, it actually appears on Amazon Prime. So we just download and we can watch it that way. But
yeah,
you just never know when Disney. There's no rhyme or reason for what movies they have on a platform, when they're going to
right.
or take a movie back. So yeah, I enjoy having like my own copy that I can watch whenever I want to.
Jessi,
Rachel.
And I don't know if Em or Nick would be up for doing this, but I want them to somehow do a comparison of what's on Disney Plus UK. And we could do a comparison of what's on the US
American
UK.
Disney Plus.
Because I know Die Hard was on the UK during Christmas, and we don't have Die Hard on Disney Plus in the States.
Oh wow, I did not know that. That would be a fun little thing to do. Real quick, I want to welcome in Tiffany.
Oh, huge itinerary.
I want to welcome in Tiffany and Lisa Pavlis, both amazing people, and you guys should check out Lisa on Instagram. I will leave her link below once the live is over. She makes amazing tumblers. And they're really, really amazing. I got one actually this past Christmas made, and it turned out beautiful. So anyway, let's jump in to Maleficent.
She said she loves you in the chat.
Thank you, Lisa. I want to start with favorite scene because I've struggled with that and I don't have anything written down. But
I liked the beginning of when Maleficent was just being born. And when she touched stuff, it grew.
Mm-hmm. She fixes the broken tree, doesn't she? It has a
she fixed the broken tree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about like the original battle? The first battle
with the king?
Yes. With the king.
I loved that. How Gatsby gets your nose down. How he's a giant dog, so his nose is literally at the countertop. So, but I loved that battle scene. It was how she just like all the forest creatures just suddenly like at her powers. What I should say, creatures of the moors.
Yeah.
What about you, Em?
Well, for me, I like the actual christening scene because I like the fact that it references so much the original animation. Angelina like hits the nail on the head, even like the little nuances. Lines that we all know. I remember like that scene, seeing that scene for the first time, and I was like, "Yes, she's doing it!" And I was just so excited to hear those, phrases and
the fact that scene stayed true to the original movie, but fit perfectly in with the retelling.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes has to be when Maleficent wakes up Aurora.
Yes.
I really liked that scene. Like the first time I saw the movie, I was like, wait, what? Like my mind was blown. It was the first time I saw it.
My kids watching it, they're like, "Oh, do you think it's going to be like the True Love's Kiss?" And they worked it out like before the whole Prince thing, and then they're like, "Yeah!" They're so happy.
Right? I love how that whole thing where throughout the movie, like you can see she's getting happy and likes to have Aurora around.
Yeah.
So
she got very attached.
But I wonder if that's her of her own doing, because when she curses Aurora, she does say something like, "And indeed, all that meet you will fall in love with you. I'm getting the words the wrong way around, but
Yes.
you know, so in the curse says everyone that gets to know you is going to love you. So
Yes.
G falls in love with her because of her own curse, really, to me. But you know,
Yes, that's a good point. Okay, what is your least favorite scene, Rachel?
The fighting scene at the end
Ah, okay.
where the dragon and the prince fight.
King, you mean? Yeah.
That had to be my least favorite. I don't like fighting scenes, so I didn't like that scene.
so
But I guess there has to be a fighting scene in a Disney movie, right? Because I feel like there is in every movie.
I like the scene as such because, yeah, I did actually like the fight scene. I thought it was really well done. But I didn't like how Diaval was turned into the dragon and not Maleficent, because I love the fact that she can turn into the dragon. It's one of my favourite things about her. I mean, I got the dragon on my dress.
I love that dress ears.
Thank you.
It matches Ajanaclair's ears, kind of.
Yes. And so... yeah, I did like the scene, and I did like the fact that he was there to help and save her and everything. But I was like, no, she's meant to be the dragon. So
yeah, I that disappointed me a little bit too. What was your least favorite scene, Ajanaclair?
I would have to say the scene, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a least favorite in terms of like I didn't like the scene, but the scene that kind of broke me is the scene where Stefan comes back after like all of this time, and she just kind of accepts him in after his like random just one line, like, oh, they're coming to kill you. Like, okay,
right.
He's coming to warn you after all of these years, when he could have, if he really wanted to warn you, he would have warned you before they attacked, right? Like, so after they attack, he comes to warn you. And it was just like, darn it, Maleficent, you played the dumb woman role again.
Right. And then
it was like his in after his disappearing act was just way too easy. And I was like, I just, that one just kind of just got to me. Like, I couldn't stand it.
there are no other adults that we see in the moors. You know, everyone that we see, you know, be it the fairies, the nymphs and everything, they're all very naive and positive, and they're always going to think the best of everything. And so she doesn't know the wrongs, you know, as such. I mean, she knows there was a war between humans and stuff, but she gets to know him, and they have their true love's kiss. So she's completely naive and blindsided by that.
And all he wanted was
he just disappeared, right? He just disappeared after his true love's kiss, and like,
and then all of a sudden he's back to warn that they want to kill her
after they attacked.
I know,
right?
Got to be. It was after the attack. It was like, if you really wanted to warn her, wouldn't you have come before the attack? So
right.
And she had been a part of the battle, so it's not like she didn't know what they were capable of as humans.
Right. And then she used her naiveness. Yes. He used that against her, and he tried to kill her, couldn't do it, so he just took her wings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my least favorite part. Is
he took the wings.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumb girl vibes, yes.
Yes, Lisa. Like, I was like, because she's such a strong character in
she is.
And she's so strong throughout. But I didn't like, and I think it's not so much the movie as it is the message. It's like Disney has this thing when it comes to women where there's some stupidity on part of the female as it relates to a man. And you see that in a lot of the relationships with some of the princesses and just kind of the things that they do. And I really dislike those types of portrayals of women in movies, period. Especially in a Disney movie that is catered to children, that's catered to little girls. And you have children who are watching these things and they're seeing these interactions. And maybe they're not picking up on the nuances like we are as adults with like life experience, but it really bugs me.
You think that's partly why it all goes wrong for her in that sense? You know, oh, look, true love's kiss, and she's like completely falling for him, and look what he did to her.
Yeah,
that's a message to real life people watching it. Like, hang on, you know, you don't really know him, and like you say, we as the audience know that. Why isn't he warning her first? This attack's happening. We are pre-warned to everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So we're not really looking at it through her eyes. We as the audience are prepared for this. We know he's going to stab her in the back, kind of literally. And in the end as well, even the whole, the prince must be here to save the day, of course. And it's not. The love of friendship, motherly love, whatever you want to say, between Maleficent and Aurora is what saves the day. Girl power at the end of the day wins.
Right.
So slide all the men out of the picture. We don't need them. So I think the
message power.
It is there. You're not, you know, it's Disney's not saying, oh look, this worked out. They're not. They're saying the opposite.
Yeah. Who do you consider the hero of the movie?
Maleficent.
And who do you consider the villain?
Stefan.
Well,
I consider Prince Stefan the villain.
Stefan, but it's at the end of the film, they also say that Maleficent, they actually state that Maleficent is both hero and villain.
Yes.
So, you know,
and I don't see her as the villain. I don't know. For me, after what he did, when he took her wings, I was done with her as the villain. I was like, she's not the villain. She's a woman scorned. You literally physically took something from her, like surgery. Like he surgically removed her wings. Like these were like this was like cutting. This equivalent to me of cutting out her heart, right? Like this is who she was, and this wasn't just something that you took. Like this was a part of her. This was like
It's like you surgically removed a piece of her
body. Like this was a part of
because.
When
You've got to admit,
it was like when she woke up, the amount of pain she was in, you could see it was exacerbated because it was a combination of the physical pain that she was experiencing from having woken up to this post-surgical procedure and the emotional pain of being betrayed. So it was just I think Angelina Jolie did a really good job in terms of like it wasn't.
I loved her as Maleficent.
You did a really good job.
Like when she woke up from having her wings clipped and that like scream, it was just like, okay, this is not overacting, and she didn't underact. Like it was just perfect.
Yes,
she did an amazing job, and I feel like they should have her in like more Disney movies. Like I like her as an actor, and I think she would play, or an actress, but I feel like she would play villains perfect.
I want to say
I like diversity. Like we've used her, someone else.
Yeah, I want to say though, isn't she in Eternals? That new Marvel movie?
I've not seen it yet.
I can ask my dad.
If anybody knows, because I thought that's what I heard.
I think she might.
But I also considered Aurora
My dad
a little
said
bit of
yes,
a hero.
she is.
Okay, that's what I thought. I also considered Aurora a little bit of the hero, because even if by accident she finds Maleficent's wings and she's the one that breaks them out of the thing, and she's trying to help. I mean, she can't do much.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
in the end, she is trying to help.
Yeah.
And she wants, and she also does the right thing. She gives the kingdom back to the people. Because let's face it, her dad wasn't even technically a king, or in line to be king.
I like the little fairies too. They were.
I hated the one fairy. I'm sorry.
Which one?
Which fairy?
Okay, I don't remember which one she is because I don't. The names are completely different.
Yeah.
Than what we're used to. But the
fairy. It's Flittle and something.
Hi, Alex.
I think I wrote it
Hey,
down.
Alex.
Thistlewit. That's it. And
yeah, the pink one. the pink one. I'm sorry, I can only see her as Professor Umbridge in anything that she plays anymore
Perfect.
because of her face. Watch the cord, Lucas. The cord is right there.
Now I want to go back, Jessi, to see the pink one's face and compare the pink one to Professor Umbridge. Now that you say that.
No, it's the same actress.
Oh, is it?
It
Okay.
is the same actress.
I'm surprised Kat didn't say anything. You and Kat are
And-
Harry Potter people.
So I can't see her as anything but Umbridge because she's, especially in this, because she's wearing pink. And that is all Umbridge wears.
Oh.
So, yeah. I think that is so wrong because, I mean, it's just, yeah.
Sorry.
Hi, Danielle.
See, my dad says, Melik's here.
Your dad's watching.
No, he's cooking, but he said, I said Melik, and he's like, Melik's here.
Okay. Who is your favorite character?
The bird.
I really like Maleficent.
Diaval.
What's his name?
Diaval.
Yes.
Right, Diaval. Mm-hmm. You like Diaval, but to be obvious, Maleficent, like you say, Angelina plays her beautifully.
Yes.
It's a great insight to the character. I love it. Yeah. So.
Mine has
Yes.
to be Maleficent.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Real quick, my niece is watching from her TV, so hi, Angelina. Love you, baby.
Hi, Angelina. Miss you.
Let's see. Who's your least favorite character?
The three fairies.
Okay.
No, they're terrible.
Ajanaclair?
I don't know. There were bits and parts of the movie where I was like, I was over Aurora.
Well, at least she has more lines than the original Aurora. So
Yes, she does.
True.
She does. She has a bigger part of the story.
Yes. What about you, Rachel? Who's your least favorite character?
I have to agree with M on the fairies. I liked them a little bit, but not like 100% to like them as my favorite character. So yeah, they were my least favorite.
Okay. Alex agrees with the fairies. I'm actually going to say Stefan because from the beginning I knew he was shady because when we meet him,
He's stealing. Exactly.
So I mean, oops, sorry, dogs are going crazy. Okay, anyway, but I mean I knew because he was shady, and I don't. So, okay. Let's see. Did anybody write down any questions or notes that they want to talk about first?
I didn't write down any, but I can think of one.
Okay.
Oh wait, this is an easy one. What do they have to do to get Aurora to awake? Hey, I have another
the
one.
easiest question ever.
I have another one.
It was awesome that you were able to stop by, Lisa. We will see you next time.
I have another one.
Okay.
What do I always ask?
Isn't there no, there's no Sleeping Beauty rides, is there? Is there any Sleeping Beauty rides in the Paris?
no, we have the Sleeping Beauty Castle, and you can go and visit the dragon underneath. So there is an attraction because you can go and see the dragon in the bottom of the castle.
Nick promised me a video next time that's done under refurbishment, so I hope I still get that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I love it down there. It's really cool. Good touch.
That was awesome. But
What kind of ride would it be, though, Jessi?
Rachel always asks, what kind of ride would you put in based on this movie, and where would you put it? Like what part?
You could easily turn it into Soarin'. You've got Maleficent's wings. Off you go, above the moors, have a little tour. Soarin'.
Yes.
Yes, I
Done.
can see that.
Soren would be a good one. I would do it more Flight of Passage style though. A little bit
okay.
of, you see a little bit more of an adventure. Like Soren is like beautiful and you can see the scenery, but I feel like Flight of Passage is like Soren on steroids.
You're not really gonna sit and feel like Maleficent breathe between your legs though. So we'll stick to the normal wing situation.
Do they have Soren and Flight of Passage in the Paris parks, Em?
No. No.
Oh, they need to build one.
Yeah,
Sandy
definitely.
says she sees something in Fantasyland.
I don't know. I feel Fantasyland would be a little too tame. That's like I don't know that I would want a Maleficent ride. That's like a small world. Like the Fantasyland rides are it's they're just too like I know I'm gonna get so much hate for that, but like Fantasyland is probably my least favorite. In the Magic Kingdom, it is my least favorite land. Like, yeah, it's whimsical and it's like classic Disney, but I don't know. Like, it's just I'm not standing on. There's not one ride in Fantasyland I'm standing on line for like 90 minutes for.
Okay.
Out.
What do you think of the fact that if it wasn't for Maleficent, Aurora probably would have died being raised by the fairies?
Oh, they were told you. I hate it. It's terrible. Who doesn't know how to feed a child?
They were hilarious, though.
I mean, I was just like, the baby's crying. They put a carrot in her.
They leave her outside. They go in the house. Just leave her outside. Oh, and then they say you're the one hiding. Why are you always hiding? She's not going anywhere.
Right?
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm just like,
Because the original,
they had the original
idea.
They had no idea
how to make a cake and whatever, but they had like a decent idea of how to look after another living thing. These are gone too silly, like not believable silly and just irritating. I was just like, just feed the damn child.
Right. And then, I mean, there's several times Maleficent had to save her life, like when she was chasing the butterfly.
Yeah.
And the fairies or pixies, I'm sorry, were on the blanket fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And there goes Aurora off the cliff. I'm like,
if you carry on, madam.
It also shows like I kind of like that transition though of how they did that because it showed her heart. It showed,
yes,
she had been cold because she had been scorned. But before that, she was a loving
creature
being. Yeah, like whatever you call her. She had a heart and she was kind and she was warm. And it's like, even in your worst like moments and your bitterness and your hate, you're just not going to allow an innocent creature to have harm come to it if you can do something.
And then it's like, throughout the movie, you could completely see it. She's like, she kept going, I despise you, or I hate you, beastie, and all that. Yet as she grew up, and soon it's like, eventually she invited her, do you want to live here with me?
Yeah. But it's like one of those things where you want to not like the child, right? Like, I mean, in her situation, you are the offspring of the man who scorned me and stole from me and just literally broke me. And I want to hate you with every fiber of my being, even though you're an innocent child. It's like, but it's like you're a byproduct of him, and I hate him, and therefore I want to hate you. But at the same time,
you're making it hard to hate you.
Like, I don't like children, and the baby just like, and she just instantly, I'll pick her up, of course. Oh.
Right. Well, fun fact, did you guys know that's actually Angelina Jolie's daughter in that scene?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Hi, Cherie. And they had Brad Pitt was backstage when they did that scene to hold her, and then she was scared of her mom when she came off. I read this. She was scared of her mom and not sure why her mom said she hated children.
Oh.
And they had to, between the two parents, had to comfort her and be like, it's not real. I really love you. And, you know, all that.
Well,
They probably should have explained that before they brought her on the set.
I don't think they said I don't like children directly to her either, because if you notice, the scene is cut to a close-up of her face and she's like, I don't like children. And then you get the long shot with the child. And I think they were probably taken without the child directly there. She's not telling her own child, I don't like children. Yeah. But she probably overheard off.
Right.
So
like that whole scene, like they were backstage, they had to comfort her and no, mommy loves you and all that.
Probably should have prepared her for that scene.
Welcome in, Cherie. Let's see. I've got notes. We've already covered some of it. What was your reaction when Maleficent tried to revoke the curse?
Well, I just knew it wasn't going to work. You said it was unbreakable. I know.
Right, but she completely forgot that part.
Well, I think she just thought, well, I made it. I can do this.
Yeah.
Well, she was going to give anything a go, wasn't she? So, but it was a good moment for sure.
Yeah. It was a good try.
It was a good try.
It was the obvious thing to do, which is why you knew it wasn't going to work. Like, as the audience, you knew it wasn't going to work because it can't work. Like, if it was that easy.
Right. But as her character, I thought it showed how much she'd grown and what she'd do anything to try and save Aurora. Gatsby, get in here, please. Get in here. Get in here, Gatsby.
But yeah, it was definitely the point where you knew for sure that there was no animosity left. She completely loved this girl and didn't wish her any harm at all anymore. And it was all, you know, she realised what she had done. And unfortunately though, if you want to go to like messages in a way, if you're going to hurt someone, you can't really take it back at the end of the day. You can always say sorry, but if you hit someone in a moment of anger, you know, whatever, saying sorry doesn't stop the fact that you did that. So unfortunately, no matter how angry you are, you do have to be a little bit rational sometimes.
Yes. And
you did. And that was like the perfect moment. Like, you cannot undo what you did. Like, once the harm is done, it's done. Like, it's done.
Yeah. I mean, at least curse him, not the baby. You know.
Right. Here's another question I have. How did the Pixies not know where the heck Aurora was? Yeah. She was always gone.
They didn't notice her walk away when they had the picnic.
Yeah, it's like she's gone for long periods of time.
On that one. I'm gonna give them a little grace on that one. Kids wander off. I mean, they wandered off a lot. She wandered off a lot with them, but kids get curious. You have to keep your eyes on them all the time.
Right, exactly. And I don't feel like they did. Every scene it showed them messing around and picking on each other. even if part of it wasn't, even though sometimes it was Maleficent that was doing it to them. Mm-hmm. But it's like Maleficent is elsewhere, obviously, when Aurora goes to find her. So how do the fairies not know that she left, and for long periods of time at night, during the day?
Again, because kids sneak out. Like, I don't know, like if your kid sneaks out the middle of the night.
I think there's some artistic license there. We know from the animation, for example, she's off berry picking and things for that. So maybe they think she's off gathering things in the forest, and they're not checking on her because, you know, they're in the middle of nowhere. There's no real threat. well, they didn't really mind her falling off a cliff, to be honest, did they? So that she's just off for the day, and that'd be that. I don't think they're that worried. Oh, Alice, she's
I was gonna say, maybe that will be your kid one day, just wandering off picking berries. You never know.
Yes, yes, Sandy. So, Rachel, did you have anything else? Anything that you noticed that you want to discuss?
Not really.
Is there anything else that you noticed, Ajanaclair, that we haven't touched on?
I think we talked I mean, the thing for Maleficent for me was like the transition. Like, this was the movie that made her not a villain for me. Like, after this movie, I mean, she maintained her villain status because, you know, she's just in the realm of villains. But I've had so much empathy for her character because I completely understood who she was and why she was the way she was. And the way that they put this backstory together fit really well with the original story. Like, it was really kind of a smooth transition, because in the original story, she just kind of shows up and it's like, you know, I wasn't invited. But now you know why she wasn't invited.
Right.
So it kind of works as a smoother transition than some of the other live action movies that Disney has done, as it relates to, you know, the transition between the live action, or the interaction between the live action and the animated film.
Yeah.
But this movie made Maleficent a lot more human, and a more sympathetic character. And I like the fact that she didn't hurt Aurora, because it kind of preserved the fact that she wasn't really a villain. She was just trying to deal with the aftermath of this really traumatic thing that, you know, that happened to her.
Right. My ears don't want to stay in place since I knocked them. Anything that you noticed, Em?
I mean, we covered a few things.
I noticed, and I didn't notice this before until I rewatched it, I think last night. Maleficent doesn't kill Stefan on purpose.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. She drops him down when he's attached to the chain. She puts
and
him
they're on top of the tower or whatever. But when she dodges him, he ends up going off the. And she tries to get to going off the edge. I didn't realize that until I rewatched it this last time.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think she actually committed any.
No.
I don't think she committed any unwarranted violent acts in this movie.
No.
Which, again, goes against her being a villain, right? Because she's not intentionally doing anything. Like, she's defending herself. She's defending the Moors. She's been forced into a situation, you know, that she would rather have not had been in to start with. So
right.
She, you know, of course she's angry and she does things out of anger, but at the same time, I don't feel like she crosses any lines of, oh my God, you are an awful human. You know, you are an awful creature. You're an awful being.
Right.
Cursing young children's not awful.
But that's the crazy thing, though. It does kind of make you forget about that. It's kind of like when you watch, like, if you're a Star Wars fan and you watch the Clone Wars, you almost forget all of the horrible things that Anakin does right before he becomes Vader. Because for like several seasons of a show, you have this character who's developed into this really like good guy, and then you have to remember, oh, but he snaps.
Right.
And he does some horrible things before he transitions and becomes fully evil.
Right. And I think the fact that Maleficent was good, evil, and then good again, all within one movie.
Yeah.
it's like now you know she's got this side of her where she will do what it takes to defend her family, which is Aurora.
Yes.
So I love that. And I love.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the second one scheduled? I really want to do the second one because we did the first one. Is there another month that we can port it to?
I don't know if we have the second one scheduled. I'm pretty sure we don't, but it's pretty far out for now.
What did I ask?
No, that's fine. And I think that covers the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. It definitely it definitely made Maleficent. It like shot her up to like my top villain. It wasn't until this movie that I was like a huge fan. And then
right, I have to agree,
becoming more of a villains fan. Because before the movie, like I thought the villains were fine. I just wasn't like, I could go either way on them. And now I feel like even the things I collect, I have a lot of villains in my collection.
Right, it's like you can take any villain, and honestly, a backstory for all of them would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like for Ursula, we have a sort of backstory where she used to live at the palace, but that's all we know.
See, I missed that. I had no idea that Ursula used to live at the palace.
You didn't?
No, I missed that fact. Where was that?
I didn't know that either.
When she's putting on her lipstick, she's saying, back in my day, we used to have grand feasts in the palace.
Oh, I never put that together to say that she was in the palace.
She certainly alludes to some sort of relationship with trying to like get business, not like necessarily romantic, but like definitely worked.
Yeah,
was there.
I mean, like, I'd love a backstory for Jafar or, really any of them.
I love the Evil Queen, so. But then,
yes, any of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, we kind of got, if you want to get technical, we kind of got a backstory for the Queen of Hearts. Kind of. If you go into the live action Alice in Wonderland.
I don't know about backstory. She's in it. Like there's little flashbacks, isn't there? I don't know. Not a lot.
Yeah, but well, like, I think there's more in the second one.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, you kind of get a backstory for that one, but it's like an actual backstory for her would be nice. Just like, like you'd want it for all of them because you know they're capable of telling them.
But I don't know, because like some of them though, it's like I would be very curious with how they did the backstory to make the villain more empathetic. Like I just like for me, I've never like Ursula is a villain because of but I feel like Ursula never did anything that people didn't want to do, right? Like she just took your desires and she gave you what you wanted. But
and if you couldn't pay, then you were in trouble.
They want what they want and they're willing to do anything to try and get it, and she just made it possible. She was a shrewd businesswoman.
Right. She's as friendly as a loan shark, you know. I don't know about that.
Exactly.
I like my villains to be villains, though. But you know, I did like what they did with Maleficent, and Maleficent's been one of my favorites. Her and Evil Queen have been my two favorite villains forever.
Yes.
And when I heard that they were going to do a live action, when I saw it was Angelina, to be honest, I was ready to hate it. I really was like, oh, I can't see this. No, what are they going to do? And then when it started off and they were playing the nice, I was like, oh, what are they doing? But obviously I do really like it. I like the twist they did. I like that we learned something new about the character. But if they do it to every single one, isn't it kind of just predictable then? Oh, they're going to make the Evil Queen seem nice back then and have a reason for doing what she did. And it becomes a bit samey again. I'd rather them concentrate more on something brand new,
Yeah.
new ideas that are good. I don't mind if they do one or two maybe, but like if they start doing it like they're doing the remakes where they're now suddenly going to do all the villains and go through them one by one, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm, happy with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially as the villains are used in so many different things. If you do watch like Once Upon a Time, I love the portrayal of them in there. I mean, Regina is just one of my favorite Disney characters of all time. Love Evil Queen even more because of her. If that was ever possible, I was just like, I love her so much. And then like even if you look at the kid stuff like Descendants, and you see like another view on the villains, and so they have explored villains pretty well. So.
Yes. Like Ajanaclair was saying when we did our villains chat last week, or actually Tuesday, she loves Hades even more because of Descendants.
Yes.
Yes, and on her background, for her February background, she put Maleficent and Hades together.
Yes.
For her couples bags.
But now I'm like a little irritated because now I'm like, okay, so we know how Maleficent and Hades got a kid, but what about all the other baby mamas and daddies? Like, who was Jafar's baby mama, right? Who was Evil Queen's baby daddy? Who was Cruella's baby daddy? I need answers.
Yeah, right. I wish they'd told us, like, match them all up, but hey ho.
Okay, somebody froze. But yeah, so it is 7:50 or 10 till the hour. Rachel, we're going to start with you. You want to tell us what you've got coming up?
I don't know exactly what I have coming up, but like I said, I'm going to probably film. My dad got me this book to put all my Christmas cards in that I got this year, so I'll probably film a video of all the cards that I got this year. And maybe some other surprise stuff.
All right. Ajanaclair, what do you got coming up on your channels?
So on Zoel's World, I have some pin videos coming up. I have a ton of pin videos. I finally filmed my Jim Shore tags that Disney Merch and Broadway Disney Fan put together. So I'll have those coming up on both channels. And on Being Ajanaclair, the big thing I have is we are doing a live stream every Friday night watching RuPaul's Drag Race, 8 p.m. Walt Disney World time. So it's a live watch. Last night we did, we untucked backstage. So we took off our makeup during the show and did like the Disney mask, the villain's face mask, and wore the face mask, and But as we watched the show, like it's an actual live watch, and we're commenting, and people are commenting in the chat, so it's really fun.
All right, awesome. Anything else?
That's it for me.
What about you, Em?
I don't know. I just go with the flow and see what we come up with. So if I go shopping, I tend to take people around the shops with me over in the UK to see what Disney merch I can find in the UK, especially now the Disney stores have pretty much all gone. So it's kind of like looking around other stores like Primark and things, seeing what's new, what we can find, doing unboxings, and going to some theme parks. I'm hoping to go and meet up with Walking with the Woods in Legoland some point this year, hopefully February. So some more theme parks, and that'd be really good. Do some meetups.
Okay.
That sounds fun. Make sure you vlog that when you meet up with Nick. I want to see how tall he is because he looks tall in his streams.
Oh, and I'm only 4'9", so I don't even think we're going to get in the same shot. Up there.
You'd be surprised, okay? My mom was 4'10", and I have a picture of her and my niece. Let me find it. I know it's on my phone.
Oh, and I will be trying that ice cream potato in August that I promised Nick.
Oh, you keep promising.
Well,
But yeah, do you see how short my mama is compared to my niece? And she's still growing. So
I know. I work with kids, and there's a 6-year-old taller than me at my work.
oh wow.
Yeah.
so yeah, I went to a craft fair in September because on the flyer it said that the booth was going to be there, and I went
But
there.
it wasn't. I was
And
disappointed.
it wasn't. And I told Nick, well, I could actually go there before August because they have a restaurant in downtown. Hi, Nick.
You were watching
There's a
Saturday
restaurant.
Slap
There's a
chat.
restaurant downtown, and I can actually get it there any time of the year.
Yeah.
Nick, how tall are you?
He said is he's taller than Disney M. Okay,
Well,
so
I'm
while we're
5'3",
waiting on Nick to answer how tall he is, I have right now, actually going until Wednesday, a giveaway for people with U.S. addresses and in the U.S.
Oh, I need to go
Because of
enter.
shipping issues. A pin giveaway going on. If you watch the Lion King Disney Wishable Wednesday, in that video there's the how to enter the giveaway, and to get an extra entry you have to make sure you've entered there and then enter on my Instagram, and that is up on until Wednesday of this coming week.
Mhm.
So I have that, and I will have a video on Monday. Thanks to Danielle at Melic Adventures. I wasn't sure if I was going to film it or not because of everything I'm going through, and so I filmed it, and then I realized that I had not filmed, or I'd lost the videos of me opening these the ice cream pins, where they look like little popsicle ice creams. Opening
Right.
those and a few others that I got. So I also added those into the video.
Hi, Manny.
Hi Manny, welcome in. So those will be in the video, and then hold on, baby, almost done. No, Daddy said no more. And I won't have anything again except the announcement video for the winner of my giveaway sometime in the next week and a half or so, until the 5th, where I go live with Melic Adventures and Cherie, Supergirl 326 for Tangled.
Mhm.
And I will have that
Sorry.
posted so people can set reminders sometime in the next few days. But I'm going to be taking a break from most videos and stuff right now until I can get everything situated and all that from the passing of my mother. So once we've got that all figured out, I'm going to hopefully at least have a pop in a box video every month, and maybe 1 or 2 pins as well. So that's probably about it for me. Plus it's been moved back to February 13th. The Wicked New Year Villainous Box Swap will be aired on the 13th of February.
Manny
Because of
has
everything
something to say to you in the chat.
Thank you, Manny. I appreciate it. It's been really hard, but we're getting through it slowly. It's only been a week, so.
Do you want me to announce when Nick's next quiz is? Because he has it scheduled for before the
Yes,
next
he
time we
does.
go live.
Go ahead and announce that because I love his quizzes. Rachel usually is there. She wasn't able to make this last one, but Rachel, and M And Rachel M and I mod for them and play the quizzes too.
Ajanaclair, you would have fun with their quizzes.
Okay.
Yes,
You would have probably been the queen of this past quiz that they did today. It was the MCU universe.
Who won?
Ooh.
My brother won.
Yeah, her brother won, and I came in fourth.
Yeah,
So
very close.
their next
Is it
quiz.
up for replay? Do they keep it up for replay?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on the Kahoot app. Is where you answer the questions.
Oh, okay.
You can play along in your head for fun, though, couldn't you? So
Yeah.
keep score and be like, oh, I would have got this.
So their next quiz is January 29th at, is it 3:55 Walt Disney World time, Jessi?
2:55 Walt Disney World time
Oh,
in the
2:55.
afternoon.
8
And it's
p.m.
a social
UK.
media quiz.
What is?
Yeah,
What kind
yeah. I
of
mean,
So, like,
what else he doing?
So that should be interesting.
this is the flyer.
All about social media. I think it's
Is
going
it
to be
like how to do things on like what kind of questions?
It might be
It'd
like,
be
what
like-
logo is this? It might be like, what's logo
It'd
is
be
this?
like, what logo is this bird right here?
Twitter.
Oh,
Or something
yeah.
like that.
It'd be
Because
things
if
like
it's
that.
like, how do you like do something? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
I'll still do a good job.
So
'cause they
that
do look
that
fun.
will be awesome. They do it, I think, every 2 weeks.
Yep.
They've got a bunch scheduled, but
Lots of Disney, lots and lots of Disney, and
Your brother destroyed it,
Yeah,
is what
but-
Nick said in the chat.
yeah, Nick said your brother destroyed it.
I think he got like 32 out of 35, so he did pretty well.
Wow.
Yes.
And Manny likes your look.
Oh, thank you. You can't see the dress properly, but like it's got Maleficent's dragon. And Maleficent, she's here. She's here.
Yes. So
Should have done that.
all right. All right. I have had so much fun tonight, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And
Thanks for
we will
having
see you
us.
next time.